Hello, Bert.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Butch. Just checking to see how everything might be for tomorrow. Possibly to do some interviews with you, so on and so forth.
Fine. What time?
I don't know, sometime in the morning. What time are you usually up and awake?
Up and awake by 10 o'clock.
By 10, okay, so I won't call you before then. So it'll probably be somewhere right around 10.
That'll be fine.
And I'd like to go into a lot of things about your life and everything because you're a very interesting person just besides the bowling. So let's cover a lot of stuff.
A lot of things you don't know about me, believe me.
Well, that's what I love. I love the off-topic stuff. I always have. I like to get inside a person's personality because I've always felt that's where it's all at. You definitely have a personality.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
That's for sure.
And believe me, somebody has to know that I got cheated out of being in the Hall of Fame in New York.
Well, this is what I want to go into, the whole thing. Like I say, everything about your bowling career and everything about you as a human being, as an individual.
That sounds good. You can cover me from head to foot.
Ah, wonderful. I love to hear that because that's what I'll do. And you'll have something up on the internet on actionbowlers.com and on YouTube that you're going to be very proud of.
The fire in my stomach has still got embers.
Mm-hmm.
And they've asked me to come out of retirement to teach. I will not teach adults, only children.
Okay, that's
because
something.
Adults are very peculiar.
Right.
They have their way, and even when you're teaching them, there's too many questions to be answered, which is not necessary.
Yeah, right. And a lot of people are set in their ways and aren't really...
By the way, I was an AMF instructor anyhow. Dick Weber took care of that for me with AMF.
Yeah, well, Dick Weber, that's definitely one of the best of all time.
Well, his son looks like him now, but unfortunately, he's a bad situation.
Yeah, well...
I know how he treated me when I went in to watch him bowl, and I went to speak to him, and he ignored me.
Really? That's...
If it wasn't for me and all the other guys that started this damn thing...
Yeah, well, that's right.
He wouldn't have a living.
That's right. I mean, Pete has always had a lot of talent, and I love the ball he threw. But as a human being, he had a lot to be desired.
That's right. Even Don Carter, who stayed away from most of the guys because he was an individual by himself, was friendly with me. And not only that, the Buds used to practice. I used to practice with them. I was the only bowler that could practice with them on the East Coast.
What a fantastic team that was! I mean, that's
They were all my good friends.
It must be such a pleasure for yourself that you grew up with these phenomenal bowlers. These people had character, unlike a lot of younger guys out there now. They were real people. They had character. And they were really into bowling the proper way and represented it the proper way. Whether it was action, because I know most of them bowled a lot of action back then, or whether it was through the classic leagues.
You don't know the half of the action that was going on. There'd be a 10-game match in Chicago, and they'd wind up in Akron, Ohio to finish it.
That's right.
This is what they used to do for a lot of money.
That's right. I read a lot about. I wish so much that I was around in that era because
I can tell you a little bit about it.
Yeah, I would love to hear that because I've read about those matches they would have between the cities, and sometimes there was a lot more than 10 games on each side.
Well, they were individuals too.
Right.
That's how it all started. And believe it or not, the PBA started in a pool room. I'll tell you about it.
In a pool room?
Yeah.
That I didn't know.
Well, you're going to learn a lot more than you realize when you start with me. I can tell you a lot of things. Private stuff I won't bother.
Right. I understand that, but yeah.
That disturbs marriages and a lot of bad reputation, and that I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen it.
Yeah, well...
Discretion was terrible.
Yeah, well, there's so much that I would love to hear about the 50s that I know a little bit about, And I just love the bowlers from the 50s. I love that feeling of the way it was done back then, whether it was Cleveland or Detroit or Milwaukee or whatever it might be. I just love that whole era, and I know so little about it.
Did you see me bowling?
Yes, I did. As a matter of fact, I already have a page set up. And
Joe Josephs, I'll tell you a story. Joe Josephs and I lost the match, unfortunately. I shot, I think, about 648 or 650. He shot 715. He was doing well. I mean, the guy just hit the alleys beautifully.
right.
But let me tell you something. When we got done, I said, Joe, now you want to do it for real? You know what he answered me?
What?
No.
No, huh?
No, because it would have been a different ball game.
Let me ask you one thing. I know one reputation you had that drove guys crazy, and I'm wondering if you did it on purpose or it was just your style. Your timing was very slow. In other words, you took your time on the approach, so on and so forth, and that could actually throw a guy's game off. Did you do that on purpose, or was it just your natural way of bowling?
In the beginning, that was my natural way.
Right.
Because I was feeling myself as I was starting to compete.
Right.
And they used to get upset with me in the PBA when I was out on tour.
Right.
They said, Bert, move it up a little more.
Well, the time clock, the PBA started the time clock because of Ernie.
Oh, forget about
Ernie
Schlegel.
Schlegel, right? Yeah.
And
yeah.
by the way, Schlegel was no Braven beauty either. He had his bad times.
Well, Ernie, there's.
And by the way, I'm not criticizing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying about his character.
Well, when Ernie was younger, especially, because I saw him many times. He used to hang out at Evan Wem from time to time, and Ernie was supposedly involved in a lot of things that were kind of unsavory at the time. And then even in the PBA, I mean, he did a lot of things as far as gambling on the side goes with the card games and this, that, the other thing, which I don't have anything against any of that stuff.
I know. Well, we'll get to all of it as we go along. And I'll be happy to unfold the whole mystery of Bert Goodman.
Very good, and I'm looking forward to it, Bert.
Well, take care, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, bye now.